artist?
I mean, doing this for a good amount of years, I learned from these experiences from trial and error. And I think for me, how it became successful is learning from one situation to another. And I think overall, it's about how much you're going to give into your music, meaning singles, albums, depending what you want to put out to the world to hear. But I think for me, what really has been effective is the fact that I tell people about it. I don't just put it on, that's it. I have to market it, I have to promote it, I have to go do shows, I have to perform it at showcases, I have to get people to know what I'm about, my music, and they're the ones to support it. And just to have amazing people like yourself to help and support these amazing artists. And I think that's the main thing, is the support team that really helps the artists get pushed out there with their music and that sorts. And I think my big advice to any artists out there watching and tuning in, especially independent artists, is the fact that it is a hustle. It's hard out there to get your voice to be heard or music to be heard. But I think for the most part, is as long as you're humble and you're able to stay grounded and keep working and putting out the work, then that's what really matters in the day.
Definitely. But like you said, that team. And so it goes back to whether you're an artist, whether you're a business, you got to have a
Yeah.
solid team behind you. And, because you get so much more done. One person can only do so much, even though we might start off as one person, but you have to be able to find people that you trust and who can actually get the work done. And so with that being said, like you might have to start over, 50 times before you get it correct. But the point is that you don't stop. So to see you, out here, 7 different albums. What your first album, what year did that come out?
Oh my God! Well, we going way back. I think honestly, the first one I did is called it's Christmas Time with Vero G. That was around, my God, has to be the past. I think around 12 years ago, give and take.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the first baby. I called it my baby, my first project. You called it, and it was just cover songs. It wasn't original music at the time, but it was great to actually, like, before online was really popular back then. I was really hitting the streets, giving it to people, meeting at locations, selling CDs, giving it for a good price, and get to interact with your fans and your supporters. So it was the hustle bustle, but I love doing it and meeting great people and having conversations with them about the music and that sorts. And then afterwards, I mean, the list goes on. I mean, I released other projects, a few names of the albums. I believe one is called Trials and Tribulations. The other one is called Here I Am. The list goes on. There's so many. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I like I said, I'm gonna be promoting all as much as I can, as much as I can find. I'm going to do that. And the fact that you had a Christmas album, they say the top Christmas album ever. You know who that person that had the top Christmas album ever?
Mariah Carey, you already know.
Mariah Carey.
Yes.
So, if anybody want to have, I feel like if you start off with a Christmas album, you automatically say, yeah, I want to be the next Mariah Carey. But no, but yeah, but that's gold. She been out for forever, and years, and so you got a lot of artists who have been out, like you said, like we just pretty much said, for years, and not too many people know about those artists. And so that's why Empowerment Divas Network is like, here, look, we're not here to play. As soon as you sent me the information that you were releasing, I'm like, hey, let's get her on. Normally, I do not do interviews at 12 p.m. on a Sunday, but I was happy to do that. And so our new show, EDN podcast, every Friday at 9 p.m. So we're going to be having different people on. And so what I want you to do is let everyone know about what else you have going on outside of music. Because I know you got the album release, but I want you to briefly kind of tell them what else you have going on as well.
Yeah, definitely, no problem. So the albums are gonna be out this week. It's called My Anxiety. Prior to that, I'm working on, by next year, my eighth album. For I will be calling It'll be calling Self Love. And I'm finally releasing the fifth EP album called My Energy. So I'm really gonna be staying busy, with the music studio. Prior to the music side, as you mentioned, I think for the most part, I want to release another book, hopefully sometime soon by next year, God willing. I do want to just continue giving back to community, like continue doing toy drives and other things we do here in New York City, for the most part. And I think overall, I continue doing like I do also show. I have magazine and show, but I just want to continue helping people, and I feel like this is, like I say, everybody has a mission, the God's mission. And I think, doing this, just giving back, it's something that I really want to continue doing as much as I can.
We might have to talk to you after this because we got a couple different events coming up, and
Oh
maybe
yeah.
you might want to help with that.
Oh,
Because I'm building that team now. The Midwest Music Award is March 2026. It's gonna be in Detroit, Michigan. So that's one of the things that we're working
nice.
on. Um, and I'm really excited. But I still need help
Congrats,
there.
man.
So I haven't put too much out. I kind of been, putting it out a little bit, but as the months go on, these next 2 months, it's going to be a lot of hard work going on. So, how many songs is on this new album?
Yes, definitely. So pretty much it's eight songs. One or two already been re-released prior to that. So I just added to this album because I felt like it was a very concept to the song. The album's pretty much, yeah, everybody goes through certain things in life, and I think this album really touches home. A lot of people I know personally and myself have been affected through mental health awareness and certain situations in their personal lives, and I think this is a really big discussion. Discussion for the table. Like people talk about this because a lot of times, as us being minorities, we don't really talk much about these situations, and this is like a stigma. Like, oh, I don't really want to talk about my feelings or how I feel, or am I affected by certain things like depression or anxiety, what they call it may be. So I think this album itself will really get people to think about, people they may know or people that they're going through this, and maybe help them, and inspire them, and maybe, kind of uplift their situation and be more open to speak about these things. Yeah.
And where are you from again?
Yes, here in New York City.
Okay, so you in the big New York. I've never been there.
Oh, cool. Okay, first time.
Yeah, I need to come down there. I just don't want to come down there when it's snowing.
No, it gets cold out here. I mean, it maybe like springtime would be decent. Yeah, that's
How is it right now?
actually it's decent. It's like in the 80s, like early, like 82 around there so far. So it's not bad. It's decent. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm in Ohio, so we get cold weather too, but it's not like that New York and Chicago stuff.
Oh my God, yeah. That nigga freeze out there.
Yeah, so who motivates you and what motivates you to continue on with music?
Wow, that's a tough one. First and foremost, my family. I think they really. I mean, my mother, my father, years ago, really put it in there, and like that battery, as they call it, in your back, and instilled in me at a young age, like, hey, if you got something to do, something, just if you have a dream, let's say in general, like go all the way in it. And I think they knew at a young age, at the age of 7 years old, they saw that I had a passion for music, and I felt like in their own ways, they kind of like give me that support. And I don't want to get emotional, but my mother, who passed away over a year ago, she really was the one that put a lot of insight into the music side, and so in some ways, not that she's not here, I feel like I have to really go harder now in my music to make her proud and my father proud. So my family really were the ones to support me, and I think the drive I have is just to never give up. In a way, like if you have a talent that God's given you or anything that you want to do in life, pursue it all the way.
Definitely. There's gonna be times where you feel like, why am I here? Am I in the wrong industry? I'm not making enough money here. What is going on? So it's gonna be all type of different emotions. But like you said, to keep going forward, it's definitely something that you need to do. And so, um, you know, I'm real happy that you kept it going. You got a new album. Have you ever been on tour?
It's funny to say that. I don't know, guys. Okay, look at. I think I did a mini tour. I think like 1 or 2 years. That's when the COVID happened a couple years ago. And yeah, around that time frame, I think I was able to go upstate. I did one place there, and then I went back to the city here in New York, and I did a few boroughs here and there. It wasn't like a big tour thing, but it was great to experience it. Out into New York, but other state and stuff like that, and to reach out to new fans, new supporters, and a new audience up there as well.
Oh, well, that's another thing we need to talk about too. Is
Yeah.
is doing a tour for local artists. I will be bringing that back, but I don't know when yet, so I don't want to tell you too much.
That's okay. Listen,
but
I understand.
but God is good. Definitely, He has, shown us that we can, be a helping hand to the local businesses and the artists. We had a lot of different poets and authors come on. And so Empowerment Divas Network, we started this in 2017. The goal was to focus on women in business, but we expanded it because we had a lot of just businesses, period, reach out to us. Um, we didn't have artists come on until 2019. So
Oh, wow.
from then till now, we had over 500 artists on our show. And I'm bringing back the local artist review. We kind of took a break from that, but it's still on Roku, where I kind of just do my research on the different artists, put their videos up live. So certain parts of the day and certain parts of the week is just playing all these different music videos from different local artists. So you don't really see that too much nowhere, and to have it on Roku is awesome. Um, we do work with a couple radio stations. The National Urban Media Foundation is our new business, which is going to pretty much run Empowerment Divas Network here shortly. And we're really excited about that. We got a few different shows, Blunt Talk Live, Brittany J Show. We looking for more podcasts. So if you know some podcasts that want to be on Roku, definitely let me know. And I want you to let us know, how can people get in touch with you, and how can they book you for a show or to come out.
Yeah, definitely, no problem. If you guys want to follow my social media, you guys could follow my Instagram, which is at official Vero G. My website is www.verogmusic.com. Pretty much, I'm also on my Facebook artist page. You can check it out at VERO2884. And pretty much, you guys can follow me there, mostly on Instagram or on social Facebook, sometimes there and there. But definitely, if you guys want to book me there, you can also contact me on my Instagram, or just hit me up on either of those platforms. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So how are you releasing this album today? Tell me that.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So apparently, as you know, when you the process of with distribution, pretty much, you have a set release date, and usually it does take a little while because of the stores, and it's a process with that. But with that said, it will be coming out. I'm praying for it to be coming out tonight, if anything, or for sure by this week. That's is gonna happen because I already did it prior. So just waiting for it to. I'm gonna keep constantly checking on it, but it will be coming up for sure this week. Yeah.
Okay. Well, definitely make sure you send us the link or whatever we have to do.
Yes.
Because I want to hear. I want to hear it. Are you singing or are you rapping? Or are you doing both?
Um. With this one's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. But I want you guys to hear the different types of sounds in it. It's gonna like it. It's a bit of country in there, a little bit of rock, a little bit of course R&B and soul, and you're gonna hear all types of sounds. I want you guys to experience it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking like I want to hear more rock. I know that people like you want to hear what, but I like rock. I like Evanescence. I like
Here.
Linkin Park, certain songs. I like that. I don't know. It's just because I like all type of music, so sometimes you just want to hear a different vibe.
Definitely. No, no, I love it. And sometimes it's good to have different types of things too that kind of inspire you, and also into as a being an artist, gets you into that moment to like, oh, I want to write that now or do this. Yeah.
Right. So tell us what if what benefits you get uh from being an artist.
For me personally, I think doing this for a good amount of years, I think what really I gain out of it is not really the money because you really don't really make much as being an independent artist. But for the most part, I think what I really gain is when I reach out to the audience, when I perform live and people come up to me crying or hugging me, thank you for that song, inspiring me, and or I get amazing messages from people on Facebook or IG, like, your song really touched me or really made my day. I think that's what really keeps me going, and I think that's the more relevance for me for that in this, and especially as my career as a musician. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm so happy that we got to talk to you today.
Thank
Um,
you.
is there any? Do you have any questions for me before we end today?
No, I mean, for the most part, is I'm excited to be here, and I guess we'll definitely stay in touch, and just want to say thank you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I do appreciate your time. I'm glad that you, like we stated before, you kept moving forward. And we will check back with you. We will be checking out your social media to see if you got any updates